Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Business Connect. My name is Roy. If this is your first time on the channel, here on Business Connect we do interesting videos about life in China, about the life of an international student in China, and generally surviving as an expat living in China. So in today's video, we'll be bringing you more updates about the return of international students to China. So today I'll be sharing with you 6 things that you need to note as you wait for the borders to be open. So before I continue the video, I would like to say something. I'm doing the video, I'm not happy. If you can see from my look and from my moves today, you will notice that I'm not really happy. But we have to do what we're doing. We have to tell you guys the truth, and we have to give you the information that we gather from the field. We will not sugarcoat things and tell you things that are not true, or we will not give you false hope. Even if we give you information that was not true, we will come back. I will come back and do another video to tell you that we're sorry. We said this, we thought it was this, and we're thinking that it's not true. For example, there is some information that is circulating now about Armenia. I've seen 2 conflicting rumors about that. I've seen 2 conflicting information about that. I'm still to do an exclusive video about that to know if actually this case of Armenia is actually true or not true. Because earlier yesterday there was a video that said that students from Armenia could apply for student visas to come back to China, and the thing went widespread like wildfire, and everyone, the information was all over. And just few hours later, another information was spreading all over that it is fake, and even another information came up which the part of students has been cropped out and it's only showing business people and workers and families, which means that students have been removed out from the list. I'm still gonna do another video. I'm still gonna do my research and do an exclusive video to clarify this. Before I continue the video, I'd just like you to understand that most of the things that I'm gonna say here on this video, I've said them already before, or other YouTubers or other influencers have said it already in their channels before. But it seems as if we need to say it again and again and again. That's why I'm doing an exclusive video to say 6 most important things that you need to note as an international student as you wait for China to open its borders. The first thing that you have to note is that from observation, China might not open its borders to everyone at the same time. China will open borders in small bits and in small groups. There is news over the internet that students from Armenia might start applying for student visa. I'm still doing investigation to know how valid and how true this information is. And when I went through a post and I read through the comments, people were like, oh, Armenia is a very small country. Why would China start to deal with smaller groups and smaller countries like that? What about bigger countries like this, like that, and so on? So this is just to confirm to you that China will not start to open its borders to larger groups, but will start in smaller groups. They will do it to smaller groups like a test to see how it goes before opening up to larger countries, to larger groups of people. The second thing you have to understand is that countries with mutual vaccination recognition with China would likely be considered first. This is to say that countries that have signed some agreements or mutual vaccination agreement, either using Chinese vaccines or vaccines recognized by China, will be considered first. I think this point alone is by itself, it's self-explanatory. I don't even need to say more to this. You just need to understand that countries that China has mutual vaccination recognition with will be considered first once the borders are open. The third thing as an international student while waiting that you should consider, I've done an exclusive video about this third point, and it is that between September and October, we'll expect great news about the borders opening. So if you're a student still expecting or still really waiting to come to China, wait for September and October for some great news. There are 3 things that I said that will happen between September and October. And the first one is that by then, China would have understood how to deal with the new Delta variant that is spreading now. The second thing is that China would have completed the 5,000 room accommodation for quarantine. And the third thing is that China would have vaccinated between 70 to 80% of its population, achieving herd immunity. And by then, we will understand when we think the borders will be open, or we will get official information on when the projected date for the borders to open. The fourth thing that we'll talk about is about the Olympics. We all know that China is planning to host the Olympics between February and March. And we know that from experience and from what we have observed, the country is doing everything possible to see that this event goes hitch free, and they will do everything to keep this. So, as international students waiting for China to open its borders, we should know that before the Olympics, something so substantial might not happen, or even if something has to happen before the Olympics, it might be in little bits. So if you're waiting for anything substantial to happen, then you should be patient to wait until after the Olympics, which means that it should be between March and April. I also think on this point, I don't need to belabor the point because I've talked a lot on my videos about the Olympics. I've talked even on my live streams. I've talked a lot about the Olympics. From the experience that China will get from Japan, how Japan dealt with the virus and successfully held the Olympics, we think that China will even want to do better and make it more successful. So if you're waiting for borders to be open before the Olympics, it might happen, but it might not be anything substantial. Anything substantial might only come up after the Olympics. On our point number 5, we'll be talking about the COVID-19 situation in China, the COVID-19 situation out of China, the vaccination situation in China, and the vaccination situation out of China. I also did an exclusive video where I talk about this. So you see, most of the things I said, we will be repeating them over and over because that is what stands. The pandemic situation is the key factor why the borders are closed. So for the borders to be open, it means that it will relate directly to the pandemic situation. And not only the pandemic situation in China, also the pandemic situation out of China, which means that even if China is 100% well and everything is moving on smoothly, if the situation out of China is not better, it might not bring any significant change. So the fifth thing that we'll consider or that you should be looking at is the pandemic situation in China, the pandemic situation out of China, and also the vaccination situation in China and the vaccination situation out of China. And the last but not the least point is that you should get vaccinated. Honestly, you should get vaccinated. I already did mine, so you should also do yours, so that even if everything goes on well, you will not be left out if China says, okay, only those who are vaccinated are allowed to come in. So while waiting, just get your vaccine in your country while you wait. So ladies and gentlemen, this is all that I gathered for you today. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. And if you're not yet subscribed to our channel, please don't leave the video without giving us a thumbs up and hitting on that subscription button, so that each time we upload interesting videos like this, informative videos like this, YouTube will notify you and you'll be the first to watch our videos. Until now, it's peace out. I'll see you in our next video. Bye bye.